Hello everyone, this is Colleen Lemma, starseed astrologer and spiritual messenger from sacredsoulempowerment.com. Here to do your weekly angel card reading for Monday, March 23rd through Sunday, March 29th, 2020. For this week's weekly reading, we'll be using the Angel Tarot deck by Jane Wallace for the main message for everyone. And your special message card this week, depending on your stone of choice, will be coming from the Archangel deck. So let's start by taking a look at our stones of choice for the week. Now, the stones of choice this week are my special intention pendants, 3 of them anyway. So I'm going to show you the first one here is actually this beautiful seashell that when I took my trip to the Oregon coast, I found on the beach actually. And it was such a perfect and beautiful shell, I decided to wrap it into a special pendant, special intention pendant. So this is what this one has infused into it. Now, if you don't know from times past, and sometimes I show these special intention pendants in my videos, what I do is I take certain crystals, certain stones, in this case a seashell, and I Reiki it in meditation, and I infuse it with special intentions, whatever I'm intuitively guided to put into it as far as number vibrations, astrology vibrations, archangel, ascended master vibrations, etc. So this one is, again, this beautiful seashell from the Oregon coast wrapped in gold, and it's Reiki charged with the vibration of master number 11, the number of the light worker and visionary, and the number that brings balance and heightened connection to the psychic senses. It's infused with the energies of Neptune, planet that brings a connection to the waters of the ocean for heightened creativity, fluidity, and imagination. It has the activation of the crown chakra, third eye chakra, and heart chakra for opening one to higher awareness, increased intuition, and opening oneself to unconditional love. And it's also infused with the guidance and assistance of Archangel Michael for protection and to clear away lower vibrational energies, and with Archangel Raziel's energies to tune into divine magic and alchemy. All right. The second special intention pendant of choice is this beautiful golden brown jasper wrapped in gold and Reiki charged with the energy of master number 22, number of stability, security, grounding, and balance. It also has infused into it the energies of Neptune for dissolving fear, anger, and panic. This one has the activation of the pineal gland for deep meditation and centering, and also infused with the energies of Archangel Metatron to gain access to one's Akashic records and past lives, and with the energies of Archangel Raphael for deep emotional healing. And then your last special intention pendant of choice is this beautiful Sleeping Beauty turquoise. And this is wrapped in silver and Reiki charged with the vibration of master number 33, the number of Christ consciousness energy and divine protection. It has the qualities of the planet Uranus infused into it. Uranus is the great awakener and connection to the God mind. This one has activation of the crown and throat chakras to channel higher information and to channel it through writing or speaking. And this one has infused into it the guidance and assistance of Archangel Michael to lead one to their highest destiny path, and Archangel Gabriel to receive and speak truth and the messages from Great Spirit and Divine Source. So again, your special intention pendants of choice are the Oregon seashell, the beautiful golden brown jasper, or the Sleeping Beauty turquoise. Okay. Let's talk about the astrology for the week. Now, there's quite a bit going on this week. If you remember, first of all, I want to say that last week we had the spring equinox where the sun finally moved out of Pisces and into the sign of Aries, first sign of the zodiac, time of new birth, time of initiation, time of new beginnings. Now, I mentioned that from last week because this week we're going to have a new moon in Aries. But before we get to that new moon, on Monday the 23rd, we have Mars connecting with Pluto. Now we're going to feel this on Sunday, the 22nd, as well as Monday the 23rd. We might even feel it as far back as Saturday, the 21st, because this is going to be a powerful, powerful energy. Mars is the planet of energy and action, forward movement. He's known as the warrior. He's connecting with Pluto, which is about power, and sometimes power and control situations and circumstances. Pluto is known for death and rebirth and transformation and regeneration and transmutation and big changes. So you can almost get an idea that when these two come together, there's going to be some sort of explosive power happening. Now, this can be an explosive inner power where we're taking our power back, we're owning our power, and we no longer are we going to stand or stay in situations that are disempowering to us. This can also bring about some power and control issues from other people or situations outside of us. Now, just to give you an idea, Pluto in astrology rules the sign of Scorpio. And in ancient times, before Pluto was discovered, Mars was the ruler of Scorpio. So here we have the two planets that rule that deep energy of Scorpio, of secrets and things that are hidden, things in the shadows, our own subconscious nature, etc. So again, that gives you a little bit more of an idea of what that transit, that energy of Mars connecting with Pluto in Capricorn is going to be all about. Now, this happens right before the new moon, because the new moon is on Tuesday, the 24th. So as Mars and Pluto are coming together on Sunday and Monday, the 22nd and 23rd, this is during the dark of the moon time, the time where there's the least amount of light being reflected by the moon. And it's that time where a great inner healing can often take place. And so during the new moon here, we have, with that new moon at 4 degrees of Aries, first sign of the zodiac, time of new beginnings. So this is a new moon bringing new beginnings, even though it's following up with the spring equinox when the sun moved into Aries last week. Now we're having a true new beginning happening. But this new moon on Tuesday the 24th is connecting with Chiron, the wounded healer and shaman in Aries, and it's also in a square or challenging aspect to the north and the south node. Now the north node rules like the future path and what direction we're aspiring to move towards. The south node is about the past and past lives, and it brings up things that we've already done or gone through or experienced. So with this new moon, time of new beginnings in Aries, the sign of initiation, first sign of the zodiac, connecting first of all with Chiron, the wounded healer, it's bringing up wounds regarding our sense of self, our sense of self-identity and individuality, and it's squaring or challenging the north and south node, which to me is bringing in past versus future in some way or dynamic, or there's a shifting of moving away from one situation, circumstance, or energy and into a new. Now, of course, that's free will choice as far as do you want to move towards the future and make some sort of change and redirection and heal with the Chiron influence, or we can kind of move or go back to the past. And there's no judgment about that, but just realize that this can be a door opening as far as past versus future with this particular new moon. Now on Wednesday the 25th, the sun then connects exactly to Chiron, the wounded healer. So again, there's an extending energy here of highlighting our sense of ego or our inner wounds regarding standing on our own 2 feet and doing our own thing and taking care of our wants, our needs, our desires. And this doesn't mean to negate or not pay attention to other people's wants and desires and needs, but it does mean that we have to, at this point, really tune into ourselves and heal ourselves on this deep level. We may be, wounded as far as our identity, our individuality, our leadership ability, our take charge ability as far as about our lives and our future. And this new moon and then the sun connecting exactly with Chiron the next day is bringing that forward for us to pay attention to who we are as individuals and what it is that we need, and heal that sense of confidence and courage within us to be able to plant those new seeds for this new beginning and move potentially into this new direction. Now, on Friday and Saturday, the 27th and 28th this week, Venus is connecting to Jupiter first on Friday and then Pluto on Saturday. Now, this is a positive connection. Venus is in her home sign of Taurus, so this can bring up financial or money issues related to business or career or job. And it's in a positive connection to Jupiter, the planet of expansion, on Friday. Jupiter also rules our belief systems. It's in Capricorn right now, so Capricorn does rule our goals and ambitions, and it rules our career path and our sense of inner authority. So we can expand into that. I feel like, Venus and Taurus can also be about our sense of self-worth. And with a positive connection to Jupiter and Capricorn, we can expand into those good feelings, and we can expand into more of a grounded sense of who we are and what it is we want to do, or what direction we're moving in our career or on our life path, or perhaps there's something that is happening within our financial situation in our lives, and hopefully that is growing in a more abundant and positive direction. And then on Saturday, Venus connects with Pluto in that same positive way. And Pluto, of course, we said, is the planet of power and empowerment and owning your power. Venus rules the divine feminine, so there's something here about the divine feminine empowering herself. Now, whether that's within you as a female or even for the men out there, we all have feminine and masculine sides to us, but this is the feminine power empowering herself in some way, shape, or form. And again, we might feel empowered within a money matter, a financial matter, or within taking our power back, that we're feeling good about this. And maybe we're taking our power back as far as, again, our career or life path, the direction that we're moving in out in the world. On Sunday the 29th, just to let you know, the Mars, the warrior, is going to be in the last degree of Capricorn because as of next week, starting on March 30th, when we move into next week's weekly reading, Mars will be moving out of Capricorn and into Aquarius. So on Sunday the 29th, it's that last little oomph of Mars and Capricorn. And when we have a planet in the last degree of a sign, it intensifies that energy just a little bit as it's leaving that sign. So again, Mars is forward movement, energy, action, and Capricorn is all about who we are out in the world, our social standing, our reputation. It's about career, business, life path, and our own sense of authority and working towards something in our lives. So busy week astrologically. Let's go ahead and take a look at the cards and see what the message from our angels and guides is for this week. Okay, the first card. Ooh, we have Major Arcana. I shouldn't say ooh. Major Arcana number 16, the Tower card. Now, the Tower card at the bottom says Angel of Enlightenment. And we can see here, and this is typical of a traditional tarot card where there is a standing tower. It's being hit by lightning bolts. There's people that are falling or jumping out of the tower. Sometimes in other renditions of this card, the tower in some areas is on fire, but it's starting to crumble, whatever the tower signifies. The tower signifies something stable and solid in your life, a situation, a circumstance, etc. that seems very solid, that all of a sudden is being, let's say, hit or redirected by some sort of universal energy that is causing some tremendous changes to happen in the external circumstances in your life. The Tower card usually is about the external situations and circumstances in our environment. And so there's some huge changes here, and that I suspect is the Mars connecting to Pluto right before the new moon. That we are being enlightened, as this card says at the bottom. We are being enlightened by some sort of energy change or redirection that's happening in our lives. And it could be being enlightened by some sort of change within ourselves too, but usually this card is talking about, even though there might be a change within ourselves, it's usually speaking of that there's some sort of change outside of us. This could be in our living situation, in our job or career situation, in our financial situation. And it doesn't always necessarily have to be a negative. In fact, there's really, truly no negatives. There's just circumstances, right? And sometimes the circumstances seem or feel negative, but it's just a change. It's a redirection. It's an aha moment. It's something that comes into our lives to get us to pay attention to something. And that's what the Tower is here for. The Tower is here to get us to pay attention to the fact that perhaps we need some sort of a change. We need to redirect in some way, shape, or form. We need to enlighten ourselves to a higher purpose or to what's going on in our lives outside of us, around us, maybe with other people, with the world perhaps. Of course, there's a lot going on in the world right now, as we know. So this can be about major changes that can hopefully bring us into a better place or space in some quote-unquote future time. Now, of course, when we're going through it, it can feel challenging. It feels, just as the card shows, there's dark clouds, there's like a storm here happening, and that's, truly what it can feel like. But know that the storm is happening, or the challenge or redirection is happening to bring us into a better place within ourselves and potentially a better place outside of ourselves. Now, again, hold that faith and trust, because when we're going through the Tower energy, it doesn't always feel like that. Let's go ahead, because we have a new moon this week, and I'm excited about this new moon potential. Let's see what the next card is and see if we can follow up this Tower with something that's a little bit more positive feeling. Okay, we have another major arcana, and this is major arcana 20 and Judgment. And at the bottom it says Angel of the Past. And we have an angel here blowing her horn. And the traditional tarot, this would be Archangel Gabriel blowing his horn, like the messenger angel. Here bringing in some sort of message, giving us a wake-up call. The trumpet here is giving us a wake-up call to pay attention again to something. I'm looking here at the bottom with the two dolphins as well. Archangel, this angel is above the ocean here, which the ocean can signify emotions or our emotional nature, what we're going through on an emotional level. But the dolphins are highly intuitive, highly conscious creatures. And look at, they're jumping up out of the ocean, and to me, they're moving forward in the same direction that Archangel Gabriel here is blowing her horn. And so here when it says Angel of the Past, it makes me think of, again, that new moon that's in a connection to the North Node and the South Node, saying, hey, these dolphins are saying, hey, let's move forward. Archangel Gabriel or Gabriel is saying, hey, pay attention to the signs, pay attention to the messages, pay attention to what's happening with that Tower card. Pay attention to the circumstances and situations that are changing or redirecting your life and how it's doing that, because we need you to pay attention to the message here. Maybe the message is that you don't need to be in that job anymore, that you need to be more in alignment with your truth, with your path. Maybe you're getting a wake-up call regarding a relationship or a family matter. Maybe you're getting some sort of wake-up call regarding your finances. Or a money matter or business matter. And again, this is saying, let's review the past without judgment. It's interesting because the Judgment card usually, always, it does not mean to judge other people, to judge yourselves, or to judge a situation. This, in fact, is about reviewing. It's like review the situation of the past, learn from the situation of the past, and then listen to the messages, and then move forward with a higher awareness, because again, those dolphins are signifying a higher awareness. They are very evolved creatures and beings here on the planet. So to me, this is signifying, hey, listen to your higher awareness, your higher soul self, review the past, don't judge it, don't judge yourself, don't judge other people or the situation necessarily. See that this is a time period where you're being redirected into a new energy, a new way of thinking, a new way of acting, a new way of believing, and move forward accordingly. And you know, she's got her wings outspread there as if she's getting ready to kind of expand herself and rise above any challenge, rise above any negative situation, and just really spread her wings and, in a sense, fly forward. So let's take a look at the last card here. Last card. Whoa, another major arcana. So this is a powerful week. There is a lot of powerful things going on here. This is Major Arcana 2, the High Priestess, and this says Angel of Power. Not surprising, because again, we have Mars connecting with Pluto at the beginning of the week, Venus connecting with Pluto towards the end of the week, and Pluto is that planet of power and big changes and transformation and transmuting energies. And interestingly enough, I know this is kind of a fast forward into April, but as we move into April, the second half of April, Pluto is actually going to be slowing down and getting ready to turn retrograde. So that's going to intensify his powers at that time as well. But here the High Priestess is saying to pay attention to your psychic impressions, pay attention to your intuitions, pay attention to your higher awareness. She has a moon here on her head and two crescent moons on either side of what appears to be a full moon. But again, we have a new moon this week. So this is about expanding into your higher perceptions, your claircognizance, your clairvoyance, your clairaudience, especially because of the placement of that moon crown, if you will. And here she's holding like a scroll. She's holding a pamphlet or scroll of information. And the High Priestess, again, sort of like the Hierophant. The Hierophant is more of a masculine image. The High Priestess is the feminine counterpart, where there's, again, higher wisdom, higher knowledge, higher awareness here with this information that she's holding. You could also liken it to the Akashic Records if you want. The Akashic Records being that place, it's not really a place, but that energy space, you know, out there within time and space, within the universal, you know, oneness of all that is. It's our blueprint, our information, our soul information that goes back to all previous lifetimes, present life incarnation, future lifetimes. It's like through all directions and dimensions of time and space, we have this Akashic record that we can tap into with the assistance of our angels and guides to tap into our, let's say, past gifts, talents, and abilities, or to tap into a past life, to have more awareness of what a certain karmic lesson might be about that maybe we brought forward into this life. So again, she has that scroll of information, which can be both the Akashic Records, but also having that higher awareness and listening to your intuition, your inner intuition, and tapping in with your angels and guides as well. And then owning your power, taking back your power, feeling empowered, empowering yourself with all this Pluto energy that's going on this week. So this is a very, very powerful reading for the week. One filled with potentially a lot of changes and redirections, a time period of being able to switch our energy or direction or perspective or awareness and move forward in a positive way, tuning into our intuition, our psychic impressions, and owning our power. Very powerful indeed. So I'm going to shuffle the Archangel deck here just for a second off camera, although I'll kind of shuffle it on camera too, but just to give it a little bit of a shake up there, if you will. All right, so for those of you that chose the first special intention pendant, which was that seashell from the Oregon coast. And this one's calling my attention as I open my eyes. Ooh, Divine Order with Archangel Raguel. This definitely makes sense. Everything is how it needs to be right now. Look past the illusion and see the underlying order. We have this Archangel here, Archangel Raguel, holding the scales of justice. This is definitely like that north and south node with the new moon on Tuesday. A time where we're bringing the karmic scales of justice back into balance, or we're getting ready to move to past versus future. And maybe we're merging the past and the future. You know, it's not always necessarily black and white here. But know that whatever's happening this week and whatever's happening potentially in the weeks to come for you is in divine timing. And as it says here, in divine order. Everything's happening as it should be. Everything is unfolding as it should be. And it will happen in the timing that it should happen. So to me, there's no forcing things here. There's no feeling like you're behind. There's no feeling like you should have done something, that should have, would have, could have kind of analogy. It's, let that go. Release that and let that go, because things are redirecting themselves in your life. And Archangel Raguel and the other archangels are assisting your life, assisting your path as things are being redirected or balanced out, so to speak. This can be about karmic pattern that's balancing out, that you don't have to carry anymore, or karmic lesson that you're understanding and becoming more aware of, so that you don't have to bring it forward into the next part of your life or next lifetimes of your life, so to speak. So this to me is a very good indication that you can just kind of breathe a sigh of relaxation here, even though there still might be some challenges going on, that you know that you're in the right place at the right time, and that things are occurring when they need to. So have trust and have faith in that. All right. And then for those of you that chose the golden brown jasper, give this a little shuffle here. With my eyes closed, I like to do that because then when I open my eyes, usually something's drawing my attention. So golden brown jasper, people, this one drew my attention as soon as I opened my eyes. This is victory with Archangel Sandalphon. This is positive as well. And not that any of these are not positive, but this says your prayers have been heard and answered. Have faith. So Archangel Sandalphon is the archangel that hears our prayers and brings them up to the higher realms, so to speak. And this is saying that, again, whatever your intentions are, whatever you've been asking for, praying about, is coming to you, is coming into fruition. Now, also remember that as you ask for something, even though your prayers are going to be answered, sometimes they're answered in a different way than you initially think. And, sometimes the universe is bringing us something better than we even considered or dreamt of. So know that, let's say, for instance, someone's asking for their true soulmate romantic relationship in this lifetime, and they think it's with somebody in particular, okay? So what's happening here is that you have to trust and have faith that when the universe brings you somebody different, not who you thought it was going to be, or not with the characteristics or personality or the looks that you thought it was going to be, know that this is the universe bringing you something even better, something above and beyond what you even dreamt and imagined, okay? So just have trust and have faith that your prayers are being answered, and it's going to be whatever is in your highest and best interest. It's going to fulfill what it is that you're desiring, even if it takes... even if it looks a little bit different than what you may have originally intended. I always like this card with Archangel Sandalphon's wings, with all these different multicolors. I mean, we have these yellow and the orange and the green, the blue, the purple. We have like all the colors of the chakras here. And even the indigo blue surrounds his wings, which is, of course, the third eye chakra. So it makes me, think about balancing your chakras, going into meditation, listening to some beautiful meditative music. You can go for a walk, you can sit still, however you want to do your meditation, and focus on each of your chakras, because each of those chakras is going to connect to a different part of your life. Root chakra, security; sacral chakra, creative self-expression; solar plexus, your center of personal power; heart chakra, love, relationships; throat chakra, speaking your truth. I always like to include the ear chakras, which is hearing divine messages; third eye chakra, seeing and visualizing, having that higher awareness; and then, of course, the crown chakra is opening up to that higher information, higher wisdom and knowledge. So I feel like that's part of your message as well, but know that victory is on the way. And then for those of you that chose the Sleeping Beauty turquoise, give this a shuffle here. Sleeping Beauty turquoise. Now the one on the bottom, no, they're saying no, not the one on the bottom. This one here. Spread your wings with Archangel Ariel. And I did mention spreading your wings. It was with the Judgment card and how she had her wings spread out as she was blowing that trumpet. So again, you know, getting ready to rise above, getting ready to fly, basically, with Archangel Ariel. It says, do not hold back right now. The timing is perfect and you are ready to soar. So new moon in Aries, new beginnings. In the first sign of the zodiac, sign of initiation, leadership, independence, confidence, courage. Healing those wounds regarding those things with that Chiron influence. And getting ready to rise above any challenges, getting ready to move forward, getting ready to really expand yourself, expand those etheric wings, and fly to new heights. So this is kind of like the call to the light worker. It's like knocking on the door here, saying, okay, it's time to be your true self, time to be your real self, time to be your angelic self. Let's go. Let's, you know, have confidence. And she looks very confident. She's looking kind of up to the heavens. Potentially, I don't know if she has her eyes open. I thought maybe they were closed, but her eyes are open. She's looking ahead. She's looking up and ahead to what, you know, what is coming, and she is excited and she's ready. She's ready to expand herself, expand your creative self-expression, expand your truth, expand into your destiny here with this card and with Archangel Ariel. So all of these special messages, very positive, very good. We've got some changes coming up. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure, you know, next week we'll be going into a new month, the month of April. So be sure to tune in soon for the next monthly angel card reading for the month of April. If you haven't watched March's monthly angel card reading, please go back and watch that one as well, as we're winding up these energies of March. Be sure to also check out the new Empowered Voices video podcast that myself and Kathy Munson, psychic medium from the East Coast, have been doing since the beginning of the year. January, February, and March's Empowered Voices podcast is out. You can find that on our YouTube channel or Facebook page under the same name. And give us some ideas of what you'd like to hear us talk about. Our next podcast will be out on April 11th. And we also might be doing a Facebook Live event soon here, actually maybe around the time that this video is coming out, because we wanted to do one here for the spring equinox and the new moon in Aries. So watch for the potential of that happening as well. Thank you so much for all of your comments, your support, your sharing of the video, subscribing to the channel. I appreciate each and every one of you for all of your love and support, and I thank you all. Without you, I wouldn't be able to continue to do what I do. So sending you all lots of love and light and many, many angel blessings.